Alright. What's up, guys? I'm back. You know, I I might be like, 4 days late, but it's alright. Actually, before we get into it, I want to talk about some stuff. Alright, so um I know I missed the literally the first day of the schedule I was planning to make. But my excuses. I just didn't feel like it, honestly. Like on Friday, I was just like, nah, I can't. Like I don't feel like it. And if I were to force myself to do it, it would be the worst video ever. But because I wanna at least be on my game during that day. And the second one, the Wi-Fi went out. I couldn't get on the Wi-Fi until Sunday morning, which I found out that I was at 200 subs. So yeah, I guess thanks for 200 subs. That was, I guess now we're over it, aren't we? And it doesn't matter. We're still on 200. So, thanks for that. I do appreciate it because, just that's something. But, I had a third thing. Oh, yeah, third thing to say. All right. Now, hear me out. It's kind of annoying when I get those comments that are like, "Oh yeah, what about this? What about that?" Like, "Oh, this is wrong. Like you did this wrong." I don't care. Okay. If I mess something up, then it's just that it. But if you have a question, and because all the questions that I get about the what if and all that, I've already answered it inside the what if. Like inside the video, I answered that question already. So I just don't even reply to the questions because like I already said it. There's no point of me saying it again. So I'm just saying if you do have a question once this video is up, look through the video again. I most likely answered it. And if I didn't, then you could do whatever you want, okay? But yeah, okay, that's enough. To all you people that, do support me and all that and just like the video, then I see you guys. Okay, I appreciate you guys. But with that out of the way, we're already like two minutes and something seconds in. Let me get on with the video. So this is part 5 of what if Deku was experimenting on. Bro, fifth episode, dude, that's crazy. But yeah, let's see. I think this is after, like, this is the, what is it? We just finished the sports festival. Yeah, yeah. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna say there's a few days, like, because they're on a little break. I don't know if that's in canon, but I'm just giving it because I need to get some plot. But so basically, 3 days go up, and Deku, he's required to go see the higher ups now. They rarely see him, right? Like it's like once every like year or something like that. But Deku already got his 1 year, but I guess this is the second time, so he's like confused about it. And they were like, good job about using all your power, but you are still missing a bunch of the powers that we gave you." And Deku's just like, dang, they're gonna go on about this now. Because like they had the talk so many times already, like, yo, not that talk, but no, okay, then you stop. Oh my god, this is a proper video, okay? No messes up, all right? No messes up. Yeah, this is gonna be good video. Don't mess it up. But all right, now that I got that out of the way, let me talk about this. So yeah, they're like, oh yeah, like what about all your powers? Like you still have more, like And Deku's like, I still haven't learned that much. I'm sorry. Like just give me like just give me a break. I can figure it out on my own. And they're like, oh, just hurry up and learn it because you're a tool. Like they don't care about Deku, so they're like, you're a tool. Like we don't care about you. You're just the experiment. So Deku, he gets mad, but then he realizes like if he does anything to him, his like he has to remember about his mom because his mom can't do anything. She only has a quirk that like can levitate and all that, or what is it, telekinesis. So he's like, I gotta shut up. You gotta shut up. Make sure I don't do bad stuff because ooh boy, I'm gonna become a villain. Like he even straight up says like I'm gonna become a villain if something happens. So I just can't. But then, afterwards, like, but still, good job because you did show off for us. Like, I'm gonna say, like, because, like, don't get me wrong, like, every single, like, people, like, every single person inside that stadium was like, what is this kid? Even Endeavor's like, okay, nah. I know that my son can beat him, but nah. Actually, he's starting to doubt Todoroki now. But yeah, so you know, and I'm gonna say it even gets out of Japan because I'm pretty sure they said inside the anime like it's more popular than the Olympics, and that's like worldwide. So like I'm gonna say other people outside of Japan they seen it, and I'm gonna go with a bunch of like the countries and all that. They were like, okay, nah, like we need to make one of those ourselves, but they don't know how because they didn't. At first they were like, oh, so this kid has like multiple quirks, but then they realized like, okay, something's fishy. Like he has a lot of quirks that don't make any sense to go paired to each other. So then they're like, what is going on? Like, is this something like that we should be worried about? Like, is Japan trying to show us something? But Deku's like not into that, so he's like, I could just take them all on, which yeah. But what is it at this point? So yeah, they're like that, and I'm gonna say they have like people to train Deku because they need to like train him, and Deku finds out that he has something. He can mark people that he can teleport to in an instant. Which don't this is plot, okay? And I know it sounds stupid, but he just finds it out. Don't judge me, but um, let's see, bro. I'm already 7 minutes in. I need to hurry this up, bro. But so yeah, he's like, okay, well, maybe when I get back to school, I can mark everyone down that's important. And I know he says that, but he just does it to everyone just in case. So let's skip forward. Like All Might's like, "Are you okay? Like, did they do anything bad?" And Deku just says like, "Oh no, they didn't do it this time. They didn't have a choice to." But I know something new. And All Might's like, "Well, that's no wonder." And Deku explains like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I could teleport to anyone that I mark on." So All Might's like, "Well, can I have one of those?" And Deku's like, "You don't really need it, but alright, sure." So I would say by the way he does it, he has to like touch him with his hand. It could be a finger. It doesn't matter like what part of his hand, but so yeah, he does that and he marks him. But it's invisible, of course, because people are gonna wonder like, what is that? But yeah. So he he just teleports to Bakugo. Yeah, Bakugo. Because I'm gonna say he already told Bakugo, and Bakugo at this point he is like getting really like concerned and everything because he knew that Deku had quirks, and he's like, okay, so what's going on? Like, I can say properly now, like, you are my friend. Like, what's going on? Like, you need to tell me. So Deku's like, I'll tell you later, but right now it's not good. So, you know, Bakugo was trying to get to the bottom of it, and I wouldn't see like why not because I mean, this boy getting experimented on worse than Eri, bro. This boy's basically being deaded coming back to life without feeling any of it, and if he needs to feel it, they can do that. So this dude should already be dead like at least a billion times already. But anyway, oh shoot, what was I'm the best YouTuber ever. Oh my god, bro, 200 subs for this, man. I need to get that inside my head. But yeah, shoot. Hmm. Yeah. Oh wait, shoot. What was I talking about? Yeah, yeah. So Bakugo was trying to get to the bottom of it, and why not? And I'm gonna say the break. I'm gonna give it 3 days. Yeah, 3 days is alright. I'm gonna give it the 3 day break. Just to get recovered and all that. And when they come back, Deku instantly marks everyone, and no one even knows because he's fast. He doesn't need to be like, oh, well, yeah, here, can I mark you? He just does it. And you know, everyone they're like, okay, like you and Bakugo did, like you guys won, like that's crazy and all that. Bakugo, it gets to his head a bit, but Deku, he's like, yeah, okay, it was automatically. I even said I was gonna win. So, yeah. And then Aizawa comes in and says, "Oh, well, you guys got some shoot. What is it called? Hero and what's the word? You know what I'm talking about. Where they have to like do that. And Deku got the most, of course, because if you see that, that's God. You don't, yeah, that's a God, bro. You don't skip out on them. Like, there's some people that don't even make sense, but he just deals with it. Then it goes Bakugo because he did have the boost increase, which Bakugo did ask to Deku about, and Deku just explained it. So Bakugo, he's like, okay, so your quirks can do that too, and Deku notices that he said quirks, but it doesn't get to him. And yeah, so there's like that. I think Todoroki got the third amount, so it's good. And once they do that, everyone picks theirs. Bakugo still goes to the same place. Everyone goes to the same place, and then everyone asks Deku like, "What's he doing?" Because he does have the most, and he says like, "Oh, I don't really care. Like, somebody else want to pick for me." So I'm gonna say, Bakugo says like, "Oh, you should go with me," but then he instantly cancels it because nah, he don't, he don't do that stuff. First of all, like he don't do that stuff. Like, nah, you ain't coming with me. I'm doing this by myself. And second of all was because like he does have something in mind, which Deku don't. He honestly like really doesn't care. But then I'm gonna say Todoroki says like, hey, you should go to Endeavor with me, which he hates. But Deku, did I make him like okay, like all right? Nah, I don't care. Yeah, Todoroki's like since you don't know where to go, and Deku's like, okay, I'll possibly do that. And other people they come up and they say stuff, but Deku's like, no, that's just a stupid thing. Like, why? I need to teach them at that point. Which he inside of his head he knows that he's gonna train everybody anyway. All right, yeah. So he just like closes his eyes and just says like, all right, I'm gonna go here, and he picks he picks yeah, okay, yeah, he picks Endeavor, which he like then goes up to like Todoroki and says like, hey, I'm most likely not actually gonna go there, but just just acts like it's normal, like telepathically, because why not, bro? Like at this point, Deku just might get everything at this point. So I do honestly, I might even forget about that quirk in the future. So if you bring it up, just shut up. But you know, yeah, and then oh, names. Bro, wait a minute. I didn't give Deku a name for this, did I? You guys come up with a name because nah, all the rest of them they're canon. And Deku just says, "Oh well, I don't know of a name yet. I'll let you guys know later." So they're all like, "Oh dang, I really wanted to hear what like, your name was gonna be." And then he's like, don't worry, I will. Just like give me a sec." And that's done. And yeah, what comes next? I'm gonna say Deku knows that Ida is basically trying to kill himself because he's stupid and wants to attack Stain, the hero killer, by himself with his sonic fast legs that don't even work. But oh my god, Ida's just the worst character. I hate him. But yeah, so he does that, And Deku, inside of his head, he's like, I personally don't care about him. If he gets in trouble, then it's his fault. Like, he shouldn't have been stupid. And then he's like, dang, but I do kind of gotta save him because I'm a god. But he's like, I already marked him anyway, so if I can sense his danger, because why not? I'm just gonna give him everything in the book. So he's like, even if he does get in trouble, I can just bop right there. And yeah, let's see. So Todoroki and um Deku, they go to Endeavor, and All Might goes up to Deku. He's like, yo, like, so what you doing? And they just start talking, basically in front of everyone, because All Might at this point doesn't care. Like, I feel like they're like extremely close with Deku at this point, so All Might's like, I don't care. If any of these people know, then I no. Wait, does Deku have one for all? No, he doesn't. I don't want to get that part mixed up because nah, that's not me. It totally is me, but it's not me. So yeah, they're all like, okay, well, it kind of makes sense. He is kind of like the a god tier level. But yeah, All Might, he's just like, all right, well, shoot. I mean, if you're going to Endeavor, then it's all right. You know, maybe you can learn some stuff off of him. And Deku really doubts that, and so does All Might. I mean, he could. Oh wait, actually, he could. Huh? Yeah, okay, yeah, he could. I'm gonna go based off of the manga by this, which I'm not spoiling anything. Don't worry, I'm not a spoiler because nah, it's too messed up. I ain't that type of guy. But yeah, so Deku and Todoroki, they're like heading over, and Todoroki's like kind of like iffy because Deku is still like the like higher up to him like than him, but it's okay. They actually are kind of like friends now at this point because why not? They're friends. And so yeah, they're talking, and Toki's like, since you know fire, which I'm pretty yeah, Deku knows fire. Like, since you know fire, like, you mind teaching me that as well? Because I know that he's definitely not, or he will, but like it's not gonna be as efficient. And Deku's like, okay, yeah, dude, I got you. And so yeah, there's that, and honestly, Deku basically has ice as well because he basically already has like all four of the main elements, like the Avatar. So yeah, he's like yeah, yeah. I don't know how to explain it. I forgot, but he just has power. So yeah, Endeavor. He's like, okay, well, I didn't. I was only expecting Todoroki, but I'll take you as well because you are God. You are a god. But then Deku's like, yeah, it's okay. But yeah. Did I say that Deku wasn't gonna be there? Oh yeah. Yeah, so I take that back. Deku's gonna be there because once like the higher ups, they were like, oh, it's Endeavor, then yeah, sure, he can learn something from him possibly. And so he does stay. And hmm. Yeah, so what did he learn? He learned, as you can tell, bro, like I'm still kind of not feeling it, but I am a bit, so I'm okay with it. I don't want to keep you guys waiting for too long. And I hope you guys don't like hate that. But anyway, let me get back into it. So yeah, Endeavor, he's like, okay, well, we need to work on your on just your base skills because I realized something as you were fighting. And Eku's like, oh, really? What is it? And Endeavor's like, you're not using your quirks at once. And Deku, at first he's like, oh, that's not possible. But then he remembers, like, he used his strength quirk and his fire at the same time when Endeavor was being attacked. I mean, not when All Might was being attacked. And then Deku's like, Oh shoot, you kind of right. Like I'm not good at using both my quirks at the same time. And he tells this to Todoroki as well because Todoroki in canon he's like I want to learn how to use both of them at once. So Endeavor's like Todoroki, like you will get um you get extra like training because you got to learn your fire as well. And um you know Deku, he's like, okay, well, maybe I could learn something from this. And during the first day of training, they're like, because I'm gonna say they take a day of training and then the stand attack happens. During the training, Deku's like, okay, well, how do I do this? And Deku, he instantly figures it out because he is basically the intelligence level of a prodigy a bit, and he knows how to use two quirks at the same time, but he knows that he can do more. And so I'm gonna say he knows most of his quirk, like the fire and the strength, like that. He can do that again, but that's basically based off of rage. He realizes, and that's what the thing is. Like with all the other quirks, like they take something to actually like achieve it perfectly, like a perfect like match, because there are multiple quirks that aren't supposed to really be the same. So he he knows how to use like ice and fire too. So he's basically like copying Todoroki, like kind of making fun of him, but just to get some tension out of the air, like during this training. So they have that, and the next day, they're training, but then Deku he senses Ida, and he's like, "Dang it, Ida! Like, why you gotta be so stupid?" So he's like, "Hey, like both of you, like, go to this alley, like the hero killer Stains here." And at first they're like, "Wait, what?" And he just teleports away like an instant transmission type. So they instantly like get up and then start going because they know that Deku's most likely right. So I'm gonna say Deku gets there, but he's just chilling there because he wants to see Ida's like arm get stabbed, which is kind of messed up. But I still don't like Ida. Bro, imagine if they were like Ida fans, bro. I need to stop going at Ida. Like, but he's just so hate. Like, I feel like he's the easiest to dislike. But yeah, so then he gets that, and then Deku's like, all right, yeah, enough. So he just comes in and like, Ida, you're stupid. Let me like help you out. And Stanley's like, who are you? And he realizes that he's saving. Oh shoot, what is his name? The native hero. I think that's his name. Yeah, he saves him first, and then picks up Ida and like takes him like farther away from Stain to protect him. And Stain's like, okay, so he instantly goes and saves the people around him first, okay. And then he before you can even like blink his eyes, bro, he's already on the ground, like tied up. And all he sees is like a bit of lightning around Deku because he has the lightning. And Stain's like, whoa, like you are fast, like what the heck? And Deku's like, well, this is complete. I don't see how, the pro heroes, like think that this is hard. This is pretty easy. And Stain's like, okay, yeah, this is a real hero. Like, that's stupid, but yeah. So Stain's like, okay, you're worthy. And Deku's like, yeah, I know I am. And they just take him out. And Todoroki gets there, but then um Endeavor's like, okay, oh wait, what? How'd you get him already? And Ida at this point, bro, he's like screaming at Deku because like that was supposed to be for his brother, and then Deku just walks up to to Ida, and just smacks him across the face with a little bit of his strength. Like I'm gonna say like 1% because it was like a punch slap. Like that's how hard it was. And so Ida's like, why would you do that? Like that was my fight and all that. And Deku is just like, you're an idiot. Like if I weren't there, you would die. You would be dead right now. And that gets inside of Ida's head, like, shoot, man, like, he was about to finish me off. And, like, he gets over it, but then Deku's like, you're also an idiot because did you not see me during the festival? And he is like, yeah, you had all those quirks or abilities, and Deku's like, you're an idiot. So Ida doesn't realize it until he's inside the hospital. And at this point, Deku already healed, like, his brother, so there's nothing to even say. But okay, I've skipped ahead a bit. But yeah, Stain, he tries to get away, but then Deku did like punch him in the ribs, and it did break him, like some of them. And like Deku did say, "Shoot, I didn't mean to punch him that hard," but it does do the same as in canon, like how it hits one of his lungs, I think. Nah, it had to be something else, didn't it? I don't remember. But yeah, and then one of the Nomus, they come up and they try and snatch Deku, but he's like, nah, forget that. So he just basically kills the Nomu because he's like, I don't really care for it. Like it's not something worth like protecting. And Endeavor sees this and he's like, okay, yeah, I see you. If it's not, important, then it doesn't need to be cared for. And then then Deku realizes like, dang, I'm basically that Nomu though. So he kind of feels it a bit, but he gets over it. And so yeah, they go to the hospital because Ida, he's still like basically dead. And they take Native as well. Native the whole entire time was basically playing dead because he didn't want to look like a huge fool in front of like Deku, who just killed, like basically defeated him in a second. But yeah, so then the dog comes in and says, like, Roof, you can't do that. What am I talking about? Oh my god, I'm amazing at this, bro. If you haven't told already, but yeah, so they're like getting all that over the way. Deku's like taking it like, it doesn't matter. I did end up saving him, so there's no point of getting mad. So the dog stops and he says, well, with all that out of the way, I can probably say how I feel about it. You did good. You did better than all these pro heroes. Like, you deserve to get out of here, but by law, you kind of do have to do this. Zeku's like, all right, I'm okay with that. And so yeah, he's like, the dog's like, okay, yeah, you do get none of the credit, but still, like, you did really good. And Deku's like, oh, that kind of sucks, but he just deals with it. And the higher ups, they do know because it's kind of their job to do that, to like know everything. And they know that Deku took on Stains, so they're gonna get happy in the head, like, oh yeah, like if if all the other countries and all that like find out about this, like we're gonna we're gonna get all the attention, and like they're gonna see like how much overpowered we are than them. So that basically does that. And what comes after it? I think everyone was concerned about Deku. Ida, no one cares about him because even they're all like, you're stupid. And yeah, I'm gonna say Deku does learn that from Endeavor, and so does Todoroki. At this point, Todoroki's like, boom, he's even more of like a he's even more top tier than he was inside the anime because he can control both of them at the same time now, which I don't even think he can still do. I think he's still learning. But yeah, I don't know what comes after the Stain arc, so I think this is where I'm gonna end it off. If you guys did enjoy it, I'm sorry I didn't put like as much effort into this one because I was pausing a bunch, and it's kind of not good. So I can work on that. I found a different what if I want to do, and I'm gonna say like for now I already have three what ifs I need to do. And I feel like 4 would be the max, because then if I did any more, I would like forget about these, and but not this one, because this one's like the most like popular on my channel right now. But ooh, like the one that I'm thinking of right now, there might be a bunch of other ones, but bro, like I got ideas for it. You'll guys see. Probably on Thursday, because tomorrow I'm gonna do maybe Luigi. Yeah, what if Deku was Luigi? And so yeah, I hope you guys liked this one. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. Don't have questions that I already answered in this one, please. Oh, and yeah, leave Deku a name, because I forgot all about that. And yeah, with that out of the way, how's it go? How's it go? How's it go? How's it go? How does it go? Um, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have a good one, and peace out.